Each of us wants to look her best every day and be an attractive woman. Unfortunately, sometimes we make small mistakes which ruin our looks. Therefore, in today's video, I would like to talk about the things that elegant women never do in fall. My name is Violeta Timul, and on this channel I talk about elegance, style, femininity, and how to be happy and successful woman in modern world. Let's jump straight to the point number one, which is about what color are we going to choose. I would say that choosing very bright colors, especially neon colors, is not elegant in general, and especially not the best choice for fall, because bright colors like bright pink, for example, is more associated with the summertime for us. Therefore, as the season is changing, the palette of the nature itself is changing, and we should adapt at least a little bit to it, and therefore go and choose more muted tones and more earthy colors. Maybe beige, maroon or burgundy are very trendy this season, as well khaki, olive green. Those are all colors which follow the nature in the best way. If those are not your colors, don't worry, you can choose or more maybe neutral tones of them, or go for beige, gray. All these colors are classics and they will prove in your wardrobe for many seasons ahead. As well, we are not choosing floral prints anymore. As it is fall, we are transitioning into animal print, and it is for sure a best moment if you like prints and something more bright and interesting in your looks. Then for sure please choose something in the animal print. Can be leopard, maybe a snake pattern. It looks really good and for sure elegant and expensive. But if it is too much for you, you can always choose these patterns just in your accessories, and this way you add a little bit of this interesting vibe to your looks, but you don't exaggerate too much. By the way, if you're interested to look elegant and expensive every day, you would like to choose your outfits with ease, then I'm preparing a course for you where I will be teaching you everything what I know about how to look expensive. At the moment, you can sign to the waiting list. The link will be down below in the video, and the course will be released somewhere in the beginning of the next year. And the point number two is choosing too chunky boots. I will tell you that this might be trendy still, even though this trend is already at the decrease and decline. Therefore, I propose for you not to invest anymore into chunky boots. They never looked elegant, they never made you look more refined or expensive. The only effect of the chunky boot is that your foot looks bigger, and we don't want our feet to look bigger. For sure, this is not in any aesthetics anywhere in the world perceived as a beautiful. When we think about the footwear, let's choose something more sleek, elegant, classical, something that will last for you and will not be too trendy or maybe too much out of fashion. If you're enjoying this video and tips that I'm sharing, please leave a thumbs up button, because it really helps my channel to grow and more people can see this video. Thank you very much. Next point is the color of our nails. As I mentioned before, we do not opt for anything too neon, too bright on our nails anymore, because that was more for the summer, even though I will tell you that if you want your hands to look elegant and more expensive, more refined, then the best colors would be or transparent or French manicure, or maybe something very gently pink. Red for sure, burgundy would also look very good. All these kind of more neutral shades would look very good on you, like beige, maybe gently gray, but not too much of that color. Not this kind of very strong white or gray nails, which don't look good at all. Something gentle, something feminine. This will always be good on you. It is a classics. And for sure in autumn, I really much advise for you to go for red or burgundy. It will just give you this kind of nice vibe that you're like going together with the nature. As the leaves get more red, also the nails get red on the ladies' hands, and for sure red nail polish attracts a lot of attention. And now let's go to the next point. It is more related to this might be warmer days when people start to dress in a bit weird way. At least for me it looks a bit strange, because for example I see often also in the fashion magazines that the person is dressed very warm, maybe has a warm wool scarf, but is wearing sandals or open footwear. And for me this is kind of lack of harmony, because if we are wearing something warm and it's cold outside, then the footwear should also be appropriate, and I would say no open toes anymore. Of course I can see this sometimes. It happens that if women go to the events, they have open toe sandals, and maybe sometimes it makes sense if it's not too cold, but if it is cold and it's not proportionate towards the weather outside, I would say it doesn't look good, because then we just suffer. It's cold for us, but we try to look better, try to look like it's hot and it's summerish. I would better opt here for a closed footwear, like a nice pair of heels. They will also look very good, and we don't need to freeze and feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's also a bit unhealthy to over kind of cool our feet. I just would like to make a point here that sometimes, and actually in most of the cases, I believe that our health goes first and only then goes the fashion and looking good. So here we need to find a really good balance, and this is, I think, sometimes not very much taken into account. We kind of think that to look good and elegant and nice, we should suffer. I think we can find a nice balance in it. What do you think? And the next point is ripped jeans. I will tell you that they never looked elegant. They always look very casual, and for sure, even some kind of high-end brands, they are proposing us the jeans which are ripped already, probably just to buy more every season, but they can look stylish, and I see many girls are styling it in a very nice way. But still, if we want to look expensive, we would not opt for something like this. If we want to look like educated people, refined ones who have a good taste, I would propose for you to choose just ordinary plain jeans, and this for sure always looks very stylish if you pair it, for example, with the shirt. Even on a casual day when you're just doing errands or going shopping, then you can put a t-shirt, even maybe put a blazer on top, and this way you will just add this kind of nice look. A nice pair of jeans for sure will lift you up, because the ripped jeans, it's difficult to style, and you know, it looks a little bit teenagey for me. And when we were back in our school or maybe university years, even I had a ripped jeans. I think everybody just needs to go through the period of the ripped jeans and then to get over it. Maybe at the age of 30 something plus, I would say, maybe 28. Of course, really very much depends, of course, on your job, on what you're doing, in which kind of phase of life you are. But I think around 30, it is better to buy classical, normal pair of jeans. Next point is about having bare legs and not wearing tights. I would say that once it gets colder, for sure, we need to wear tights with our dresses, with our skirts, because sometimes, even if we think that the weather is maybe okay and we don't put on tights because we don't like them or for any other reason, and then we have a goose skin, and it's really visible. It doesn't look that good and that refined. Of course, if you are maybe in more representative role, if you need to look good, then it's visible and people notice it. If maybe it's a casual day, then okay, it's not a big deal. But tell me please, especially the ladies who are watching me in the US, because I've heard that in US women are not wearing tights, and to wear tights, it's like a bad manners, even like it's not appropriate to wear tights. I'm very curious about this one, because I've heard it from another YouTuber lady in Canada. She said in Canada and in the US nobody wears tights, and I will tell you that in Europe we do wear tights, and it's a very important role in the tights play. Also, you can wear such nude color tights, beige ones, that it's not visible that you're wearing them. So people might think that you're not wearing them, but you actually are wearing them, and they give you extra layer of warmth and, let's say, of support, because winters are cold. But let me know in the comments. I am very curious about this point actually. Next point, which can ruin our looks in fall, it's choosing very thin and lightweight fabrics. I will tell you that these fabrics, especially linen, should go to another part of your wardrobe with the summer things. Also, kind of very thin viscose could also go there. And what I refer to is dresses made of thin fabric. They will not look good in fall, especially if you pair them with the leather boots. It will look very disproportionate. Maybe thin viscose blouses could still serve you in the autumn, also in winter, because you can put a blazer on, you can maybe put a cardigan on top, depends on how you want to style it. But dress, very thin material dress, will not look good. Also, silk is a very good material to wear in fall and in winter, but mostly referring to the blouses. I would not wear a silk dress anymore right now, especially this kind of made of very thin silk, because you can have more thick silk, which is knitted one, and this one for sure will serve us well in fall. However, very thin fabrics, it's a no-go for autumn. Let's choose something more structured, like cashmere, like wool, like cotton could also be a very good choice. That for sure will give you warmth, and it will give you shape to your looks, because now as we are layering, it's better when we have jackets which are more structured. Next point is not to choose too much oversized hoodies and sweaters. And what I'm talking about here is something which looks a little bit old, too stretched, maybe it was damaged in the laundry, and also the ones which have this pattern in the knitting which is very big, so it looks a little bit ethnic style. This will not look elegant, this will not also look expensive, because it looks like it's handmade, and believe me, I love handmade items, but they should be done in this more delicate way, not this kind of big chunky ones, because these big ones, they don't look that good. When they are kind of more delicate, and even handmade items can look very nice, very expensive and elegant. But here, something overstretched, too big, which doesn't have a shape, nice shape, I would tell you the best is to throw away these things and not even to wear them at home, because very often we have an overstretched sweater and think it's very good as a home wear. No, because you spend so much time at home, and I think you want to look your best also at home. You want to feel good about yourself. Therefore, I would tell you that these items, the best is to throw away and to think about a nice loungewear in which you feel comfortable and you feel also elegant and also expensive. I think we deserve that. What do you think? By the way, I'm very interested also to hear back from you and what kind of other things you find not elegant, what you like, and maybe you disagree with some points which I mentioned. I'm very curious to get to know your opinion, and also let me know what other topics are of interest to you. Okay, let's move on now to the next point, which is mixing too many patterns. And I will tell you that is always a bit dangerous, especially if we don't have enough knowledge, more professional even knowledge, and maybe good taste, which is naturally developed in us. Because mixing patterns is good, it can be done, but you need to know how to do it. Therefore, if you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel confident enough, better don't do it. Better choose one pattern which is the main accent piece, or just a supporting maybe accent pieces. Like if you choose, for example, animal print in accessories, this is like a supporting accent, maybe a bag, maybe shoes. And this way you will create a more elegant, more expensive look. Because if you have too many patterns everywhere, it looks a little bit chaotic and it doesn't add up to this elegant and this expensive look. Because, you know, when we think about expensive, more classical, elegant, it's kind of sleek, uniform line which just goes straight, and it doesn't trigger too much in us. Because when we have a lot of patterns, for sure, eyes of the viewer go from side to side and they don't have a rest. While in this elegant, expensive look, we kind of look at the person, look at the outfit, and it looks all kind of one piece together, all in harmony, and our eyes are resting when we look at this person. This is the effect that we want to achieve. And the next point, maybe some women will not agree, but okay, please forgive me. I will explain you a bit more about it. But I think choosing leggings and sweater, it's not a good choice and it's not elegant. I will tell you that usually we think that we will feel more cozy, more comfortable in this kind of looks, and maybe to walk around the house, it's okay, but once we step out of the house, I think it doesn't look very good, and it looks not like we don't pay attention enough to ourselves. However, I saw that one lady made this look and it looked good, and I think she did it nice because she paired it with the nice ballerinas, or you pair it with another nice boots, and then it can look good, maybe some poncho, wool one, but very important is to have something which covers your crotch area, and to have a sweater which is a nice one. Because, you know, when I'm thinking about somebody in leggings and sweater, it's always this kind of overstretched sweater, and as I mentioned before, it's better to throw them away. So maybe if we have a nicer sweater and these leggings which are nice, then it could be maybe okay just to go to the shop and buy milk, or just to go and be in the house or a little bit outside. But if we want to go more to the city, to the restaurant, I would say no, it's not a good look, it's not elegant, and it kind of downgrades the whole experience. Because, you know, when we do an effort, when we pay attention to ourselves, when we style ourselves up, we make the hair, do the makeup, then we also feel more festive and we want something special, to go to a nice place, and everything feels more special than we are just strolling around in leggings and sweater. So it's up to you, of course. Let me know if you're wearing leggings and sweater, whether you like it, COVID. Maybe it's more in US that it's more common to dress like that. In Europe, it's not that much, I will tell you. We usually leave this kind of items more in house, even though I will tell you now, after COVID and after pandemics, people kind of moved a lot of this loungewear to the streets. So often you can see people dressed a little bit weird, like before nobody would allow themselves to do that and to dress like that. But nowadays, after COVID, everybody kind of feels more relaxed. Okay, maybe to some extent this is fine, but not too much, because then any special kind of feeling is missed also. Because, you know, dressing nicely, it's also a certain way of feeling pleasure and satisfaction and showing love to yourself. By the way, let me know in the comments whether you like to dress up and what it means to you. Because to me, it's all about these things. Self-love, it's about showing that I am doing an effort and creating something special, a special moment for myself. Then also it's about self-confidence, because once you're dressed nicely, you feel, of course, more confident. By the way, if you're still looking for an elegant items to buy for the fall, I made a separate video for you where I'm showing you nice, elegant items from mass market, which will look good and expensive. And I thank you very much for staying today with me. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video and leave a comment. I would like to get to know you better. Thank you very much and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.